everyone. Welcome to Turtle Talk. I'm your host, Eileen Taglienti. We are here at the original Green Turtle on 116th Street. I've got Rise and Conquer here of the Baltimore Ravens, of course, because it is Ravens Beach Bash 2014. Stay tuned for a great show. We've got players, cheerleaders, the band, 98 Rock. Stay tuned.
Turtle Talk is brought to you by the original Green Turtle on 116th Street in Ocean City.
Grab a triple hops brewed Miller Lite. Taste greatness.
Your home for the best in new country on Delmarva. Hot Country 107.7.
This is Keith Mills for Turtle Talk with two of my closest friends, Brad Jackson and Kyle Richardson, both members of the 2000 Ravens Super Bowl champions, and both a huge part of what has become a big part of the Ravens' ongoing commitment to the community. It's Beach Week down here in Ocean City, and Kyle and BJ, Brad, this is your, I guess, third or fourth time down here. You come down, you're able to talk to the fans who watched you and loved your team back in 2000. How come you keep coming down?
Well, one is the community you talk about, is being around the fans. It's an opportunity to come back here in Ocean City, which is synonymous with the state of Maryland. You know, people from their, childhoods all the way through adulthood come down here. And to be able to come each and every year is an honor for me to obviously still come back and be a part of the great Ravens Nation. And then, of course, the breakfast here, at the original Green Turtle.
The original Green Turtle.
The original Green Turtle is something that, it's just nostalgia. It's something fun for me, not being from the state of Maryland, that, I've come to enjoy and appreciate. So it's just an honor to come down here and hang out with Ravens fans and Ravens Nation here at Beach Bash, and obviously enjoy doing stuff like this at the original Green Turtle.
Yeah, absolutely. And Brad, you went to Cincinnati. Kyle Richardson went to Arkansas State. You all came together as a team back in the late 90s, won the Super Bowl in 2000. And Kyle, these fans still take you back to those days when you put Baltimore football back on the map.
No, and it's a privilege. Brad and I both. Every day, I'm sure, like myself, Brad and I both, we wake up and we're like, man, we were part of something very special. And to see how it all came together, we were here before we won the Super Bowl, years before, and to see how the team and the whole town really embraced each other. I mean, this is what it's about, and Brad and I are going to enjoy this for many more years to come.
We're going to be shaking hands and kissing babies for the next 20 years,
Whatever we need to do, man. We're going to enjoy this as long as it'll last. As long as you guys invite us to the Green Turtle, we're having a great time.
And there's a connection here at the Green Turtle. Of course, Steve Pappas, the owner of the Green Turtle, started it with Tommy Dickerson back in the day, back when I was still in college. But Steve Bisciotti was a classmate of Steve's, Steve Pappas and Tommy Dickerson, and Steve's become a good friend of yours. He, when Art Modell was the owner when you guys played, but Steve took over the baton, Brad, and they haven't missed a beat. This team, to me, one of the great franchises in all professional sports.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what Mr. Bisciotti did, he took what Mr. Modell had built and he improved upon it. And that's one of the things he stressed to me in my post-NFL career, my business life is, take something and make it better. Find a way to make it better, whether that's an individual person and obviously company. Do things the right way. Do it with character and integrity. That continues in an organization, and obviously from the original Green Turtles to all the Green Turtles that are around, you can see where Mr. Pappas and obviously Mr. Bisciotti, kind of have that core principle in business and, in themselves as men and businessmen, and pass that along. So they've also passed the torch, just like Mr. Modell passed it on to Mr. Bisciotti, Mr. Pappas, and obviously Mr. Bisciotti passed it on to Kyle and I, because, we're businessmen now in our post-NFL careers.
Thanks for watching Turtle Talk. Stick around and we'll be right back.
Delmarva's new hot country.
Maybe next time I'll think before he shoots.
She thinks my tractor's sexy. It really turns her on.
I can feel you breathe. It's washing over me. And suddenly I'm melting into you.
It just comes natural.
home for the best in new country on Delmarva. Hot Country 107.7.
Thank you. Here's to that friend you've known since forever. The one who's been through it all with you. From playoff wins to girlfriends lost. A guy you know better than anyone. Even if you've never called him by his real name.
Hey, Dad.
Buddy. Don't let the price of summer fun get you down. Go to killercouponbook.com and get incredible deals all over town. Restaurants, amusement parks, golf, water sports, and so much more. Go to killercouponbook.com, pick your coupons, print them, and go have fun. It's really that easy. killercouponbook.com.
And welcome back to Turtle Talk with two more members of the Baltimore Ravens 2000 Super Bowl team and two huge members of the Ravens alumni club right now, Dwayne Starks and Jamal Lewis. And Dwayne, we'll start with you, only because he was here last year too, Jamal. And Dwayne, you're back. You came here last year. You got a chance to come back and reintegrate with the fans. How cool is that for you to come down here and take a bow and shake hands and kiss some babies?
Oh, man, it's great. It's great. It's fun. I like to come back. You know, being here last year, I really didn't know the fans that much. You know, they knew me. Coming back this year, it's almost like family because I'm starting to see some of the same people that supports. And it feels good because, you know, they support me. And it's like, I want to give back to the fans, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, Jamal, Dwayne used the term family. You guys were a family when you played. You're still in the Ravens family. You'll always be a member of the Ravens family. How cool is it? I remember when you came in the tent at M&T Bank Stadium the night you were going into the Ravens Hall of Fame, and the reception you got that night, I will never forget.
Yeah, I think it's a great experience. Even coming into Baltimore, it was just a great mix between veterans and young guys, and it's always been that dynamic, and I think that was put together, you know, by the organization, and it's a good reflection of the organization for years to come with Art Modell and David Modell and all the founders of this organization, and led by Steve Bisciotti now, and everything just rolls down with Ozzie. And I think it's just that family atmosphere that really brings us all back and really welcomes us from the fans.
What made you guys so special? What made that era of Ravens football, Dwayne, so special? You said something interesting in here inside the Green Turtle a little while ago about the veterans. Yeah, a great veteran mix with Rod Woodson and Rob Burnett, and then you and Jamal came along almost about the same time. You beat Jamal by about a year or two. What made that team at that time so special?
I think everyone was hungry. We had a lot to prove. You know, we all felt like it was just us against the world, and I think that brought us closer as a team, and that really helped us gel. And like you said, we had the right veterans to guide us along the right lines, and you know, we had some good mentors to look up to, and you know, it all worked out. And we actually wanted to get a ring for Billick, and we wanted to get one for Macharoda, but you know, Billick really came in, did the right thing. He allowed the coaches to coach their team. He understood that it was a defensive scheme, and he was an offensive coach, but you know, it wasn't gelling, so he had to ride off the backs of the defense, which we all accepted that and respected that. And I think that's what really made the team win.
And then you got a number 31 coming in, the first round draft pick that year.
Oh yeah, I mean, we got Jamal that came in. Jamal ran over 2,000 yards. I mean, that's just amazing. He was just a beast on the field. You know, and one thing that we knew, it was just told Trent, hey, get the ball to Jamal, get the ball to Priest and all those other guys, and don't throw interceptions.
And don't turn it over.
Let's go turn the ball over. So, you know, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, Jamal, when you came in, I mean, you knew the team was starting to really gel defensively, but John Ogden told me, we knew when we got Jamal and saw him in training camp, we had a chance to win a Super Bowl. How good is it to hear that from a guy like John Ogden, who was really the greatest offensive lineman of his generation, but also, I guess, a silent leader on that team, too, huh?
Oh, yeah. He didn't really say much, but when we didn't run the ball at the right time, he would say a lot, but he always pulled for the run game. He was was one of those guys that just did his job, and I think that's why he's in the Hall of Fame right now. But, you know, on defense, we had a lot of leadership. But on offense, you know, a lot of people thought we was lacking leadership, but it just wasn't that vocal leader that we had on offense. It was a Jonathan Ogden that really, you know, had a lot to do with a lot of the yards that I gained, because that left side was always the strong side.
Ed Mulitalo and John Ogden, right?
Exactly, that was it. So, you know, we had a good group of guys, especially when I first came in. It was just like it was the right time, and the run game was really needed, and we just pulled together, and everybody had each other's back. And I think that was one of the biggest things, and that's why we had a great defense. Our offense, we understood that. You know, we had a defense that would tell us how many points to get.
Right.
You know, it was like, hey, just get us 9.